If someone ever offers me a pink cupcake, I will decline. So this is the 5th episode of American Horror Story Freak Show called Pink Cupcakes. Now, this is the best episode of American Horror Story in my opinion. So as usual, these reviews are spoiler filled. So if you haven't seen the episode, turn it off right now. This is even better than Edward Mordrake Part 2. Now that is something serious to say. When I said Edward Mordrake Part 2 was one of the best episodes of American Horror Story in its history, that's not true. This is. This was so gruesome and so violent and so disturbing and so thought-provoking and so just perfect in so many different ways. This episode was one of the best, definitely, in American Horror Story history. Not the best, but one of the best. So we have basically Stanley. We get a bunch of different storylines that we didn't really know before. So we find out Angela Bassett is sort of a hermaphrodite, and Del is gay because he thinks that she was sort of a man, a hermaphrodite, because she had an enlarged clitoris, which made it look like she had a dick, apparently. So she goes to the doctor, and he says it's 100% what she's 100% woman, and she can have babies. And so he can take off the enlarged part and be a 100% woman. It doesn't look like a man, so she's happy about that. And he finds out that, and he gets upset. And he's like, "Oh, babies, yay! I don't want to have babies." So she leaves and goes all the way to Kathy Bates's cabin, Ethel's caravan. She moves there instead of living with Del. So we find out Del's gay with Matt Bomer in the gay strip club, because they are kind of in love, or he's in love with him, but Matt Bomer just works there, and he's not really having a relationship with him. It's just, work. And so then Dandy. Oh my god, Dandy. Dandy is one of my favorite characters now. I used to hate the guy, but now Dandy is awesome. So Dandy went into the strip club after Del left, and so he went up to Matt Bomer, and he paid him $20 to take him home, and he took him into the school bus, that Twisty was in. And they played a little game. He goes, "I am not gay." I'm not a fruit. He's not gay. And so he says, we're going to turn around back to back, and then we're both going to take our clothes off and count to 3 and then turn around, face each other. So they did that. And then when they turned around, he had the Twisty mask on, and he just stabbed the crap out of Matt Bomer. Like, he stabbed him so much. It was so gruesome, and he had blood all over him. And they were both in their underwear. It was very weird. It was like a whole weird setting. But it was so awesome to see all the blood covering this guy, both of them. And I know that's a little sick to say, but it's true. It was just really, really cool. And so, also Dandy, he does this whole American Psycho bit. I recognize it from American Psycho. He was kind of just in his underwear doing a bunch of exercises, like push-ups, and narrating it like a voiceover that he wasn't actually talking, but it was internal voice. It was just like American Psycho. It reminded me a lot. That was a really cool scene. And we find out a lot more about Dandy in this episode, and why he's weird and what he's doing and what his intentions are a little bit. And I thought that was really interesting. And we see him sawing Matt Bomer's arm off, and you hear the bones crunching. It was one of the most disgusting things I've ever seen. Ever. So graphic, I could not believe it. You heard the bones being cut in half. It was, I can't even. So Stanley he's trying to kill all the freaks and bring them back to the museum. So he has these fantasies about giving the twins the cupcakes and one dying and then suffocate the other one and bring him back to the museum and getting money for it, obviously. But it's just a fantasy, and I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, the twins are dead. But they weren't. It was just a fantasy. Thank God. I would have been upset, and I would not have liked this episode if the Tatler twins died. So Stanley kind of is like Twisty in a way because he has a mask on, but it's not a physical mask. It's like an emotional mask. Like he appears as a normal guy, but he has these sick fantasies about killing people, and he's one of the most messed up people in the whole season as thus far. So I think that those are the main plot points. I don't want to spoil too much, not that I already have, but I don't want to spoil more than what I already did. I'm going to tell you, this episode was just so good. It was graphic, it was gory, it was really insightful, like into the world of American Horror Story. We learned about more about the characters. I thought it was fantastic. Everything about it was great. I could see they went on a couple tangents that they maybe were thinking was a little risky to do, but it worked completely for the whole thing. And next episode looks a little upsetting, like boring, but it's just a promo that you can never tell. So other than that, it was a fantastic episode. It was just perfect American Horror Story. As always, thank you, Ryan Murphy. Thank you, actors and actresses. A+ for this episode. Bradley Weiss movie. Oh, wait. No. Expect an Interstellar review either tomorrow or the next day. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the Once Upon a Time from last week or this week yet, obviously, because it's not 8 o'clock yet. But I will have those reviews up probably by next weekend, both of them. So give it time. Thanks so much for watching this review. As always, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you gotta give me time because I'm really busy. There will be an American Horror Story Freak show for season 4, episode 6. Bradley Weiss movie reviews, TV reviews, and lots of crap out. Bye-bye.